Out right now that Ryan Garcia, well, they haven't really reports coming out. I'm reporting it. Nobody else is reporting this, but and I will put up snapshots later on, and I'm putting the link in the description when I get back home. But Ryan Garcia had a video that came out probably a week or two after he fought Rolly Romero, and in the video, Ryan is coming out of some club with a female, another female, and some guy, and um, the reporter asked him, "Hey man, how many losses do you have?" No, he said, "How was your fight?" Or how did you do in your fight? And then I think Ryan was like, "I lost" or something like that. And the guy was like, "Wow, I didn't know that. How many losses you have?" It's like two. And I think the first thing he asked Ryan was, "Who you fighting next?" or whatever. Like, are you fighting next or who you fighting next? And he had like waved him off, like, "Nah, I don't want to talk about that." When you already had the Haney fight lined up. So at that point right there, he had the Devin Haney fight lined up already. So at that point, you kind of like, okay, who are you going to fight next? It's supposed to be Devin Haney, right? You've been asking for that fight a year, that you'll do it again and everything else. This man had dropped the lawsuit and everything, and you still ain't taking the fight? I mean, that's the most cowardly thing I've ever seen in my life, bro, to be honest with y'all. And it's sad because I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of live videos about it and everything else. But they say he had a wrist injury recently. In the video, you can see him moving his wrist. He's actually like eating something out of that hand, the right wrist, right hand. He's like turning the hand and moving it around. I'm talking about moving it around like it's not injured. In the video, dude was partying a week or two after he lost to Rolling, and you got other guys like Haney back in the gym, and Ryan back partying again. Man, y'all, y'all gonna realize, man, dudes been taking. When guys take shortcuts in boxing, it's gonna catch up to you. A lot of guys, they live in the gym. You got guys partying and stuff like that. If Floyd couldn't party, and Canelo ain't out partying like that, what makes you think these guys can go out here and be partying? What? People think Ryan Garcia was really good to the point where Floyd Mayweather and Canelo don't have to do any of this. They they gotta stay away from partying and be on strict diets and everything else. But this guy's out here partying. Then you talking about he had a wrist injury, bro. You in the club and you eating out of that hand, and you turning your wrist and your arm. So if your arm and your wrist was messed up, you're turning all of them. All of them messed up. So yeah, I didn't understand that. I definitely didn't understand that. I'm confused. I'm actually still confused by what I've seen. I'm actually still confused by what I've seen. And I don't understand how people just overlook that like it's not a big deal when it actually is. This man sitting around here partying, and he's supposed to be one of the faces of boxing, the next generation, everything else, the next Oscar De La Hoya, the next Canelo. They act like he was the next Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. We don't know who this man's, because he got an injury and we don't know who he fighting next. We know plenty of guys who had an injury and knew who they was fighting next. That's happened plenty of times. We've known people who has injuries and knew who they were fighting. Bitter Biv and Bivol was in that situation where he was injured, and then when Bitter Biv healed up after those couple of months, he said he was still hurt when he fought Bivol the first time. He wasn't fully healed. So this man was rehabbing before the biggest fight of his career, and then he can take a tune-up anything at like 40 years old, 39, 40 years old. So you got guys at 39, 40 years old that's getting no privilege in boxing right now. But you got guys that's 35, 32, 26, 27. Yeah, let's make sure that they're fully prepared. But let's throw this 40-year-old old man out there and make sure that he don't get no tune-ups. No tune-ups. Back-to-back dangerous fights. Over and over and over again. Back-to-back dangerous fights. I mean, I don't understand it. But for Ryan Garcia to be caught partying and doing everything he was doing, and that for that not to be looked at, that's a red flag, bro. It's a lot of stuff going on in boxing right now where people gonna have to answer for a lot of things. But that's disgusting though. The man clubbing partying after losing, and the whole boxing world put their arm around him out of everybody else. And I can name probably 20, 30 dudes right now that's done more in boxing for boxing than he has at this point. Because you don't go out there and fail a PED test and don't redeem yourself and say, "Oh, I'm injured now." You was injured in December. Now you're injured again, huh? And then y'all just seen Martinez recently, who he just injured himself in the ring as well, coming off of PEDs. So that's two guys that hurt their wrist coming off of PEDs. And that's something I'm gonna talk about when I get home. Let me save that as a topic. But yeah, I have so many things I can talk about, bro. It's like endless discussion.